Hey guys, so here is my long awaited update in terms of shrink plastic charms. I didn't have, okay, my first video that I posted on my first attempts at shrink plastic was about, I don't know, like 6 or 7 months ago. So this summer I finally had some time and some motivation to try it again after watching um, Studio Lorien's video on the remint series for shrink plastic, and I thought they were so cute. The one that she had was a sweets set, and I also saw one that had a breakfast set as well. So those were so cute, and I wanted to try my own. Now I couldn't find the actual remint set myself, or if I did, it was kind of pricey having it shipped. I already had shrink plastic ready from buying some at Michael's, which was the Rough and Ready Shrinky Dinks brand. So this was what I used it with, and I am super happy with how they turned out this time around. Last time I had a lot of trouble using a toaster oven, so this time around I had used a regular conventional oven. Now let me go ahead and in this video I will walk you through in terms of how I went about shrinking my shrinky dinks and getting a better result rather than using the toaster oven. I'm using the conventional oven. But I just want to show you guys that this time around, and this took a lot of research again, watching more YouTube videos in terms of how to do shrink plastic charms, how to go about, I'm sorry for, yeah, I got some marker on my finger. Anyway, I essentially know of a better way to flatten my shrink plastic charms, and these turned out a lot better than how they were. These are not glazed, but I kind of like the look of a non-glazed surface on the back. Now, in terms of how it's going to be unglazed in the back, it might get scratched easily or dirty easily, so I'm not too sure. I might eventually glaze it. I still don't know if I will at this point just yet. This is more of a trial run of just knowing what to do in terms of how to bake them according to instructions, what materials work, what don't, and trying to figure out what kind of technique in terms of coloring I would prefer. So majority of these were colored with Sharpie and color pencils. Now the specific brands I used was Crayola and Prism Scholar color pencils. And really, I know like most people said that in other videos, like Crayola is really cheap in terms of coloring shrink plastic and getting a result, like a good result with it. I thought more or less they were the Prism brand. Granted, it was Prism brand Scholar, so it was cheaper than the regular professional Prism color pencils. But I don't know, comparing them to those two together, because I used both to color these, I didn't really see any that much of a difference. Prism might be a little bit more vibrant, but it also depends on how hard you're coloring in, making sure that you're coloring in all of the gaps. So yeah, overall I really like how they turned out. I kind of like the look of how this is just like a meat on a stick, or yeah, like how you would find it in One Piece. But I like the look of the kind of like the sketchy colored in look. So I would try to color in as much of the gaps as I can. It turned out pretty well. Now some of these Sharpies I just used it to outline, or for instance with this ice cream, the purple right here was used coloring with Sharpie, while the rest of it was colored in with color pencil. So yeah, I really am happy. Now I'm going to go ahead and walk you through in terms of how to go about how my technique has improved. And hopefully this will help you, because I had a lot of problems initially using the toaster oven. Some commenters who watched the previous video said that it might be because the toaster oven is not hot on on an even basis, that maybe there was a discrepancy in terms of temperature, which was why my shrink plastic was not flattening out properly. Also, I learned some different techniques in terms of how to flatten. One video I saw that they used the bottom of a glass, of a drink glass, and the bottom of the glass was completely flat. So I was having a hard time trying to find a flat surface to flatten these out. So that, in combination with using a metal spatula, helped to flatten these out, and they look a lot better than how they were before. I didn't get any ones that were warped this time using a conventional oven, and instead of using the baking sheets that I used last time, I had used tin foil, which helped out a lot in terms of keeping colors on the shrink plastic rather than color transfer. And I didn't get any of the fume smell, which was really good because I was really concerned about the fumes that I was smelling and seeing. So it must have been from the paper. A lot of other commenters said it must have been from the paper, because usually if I was using the correct paper, I wouldn't be seeing any fumes. So yeah, that improved a lot. So let me go ahead and start with the process. Okay, so the brand that I used to color those shrink plastics was the Shrinky Dinks Rough and Ready brand. And the thing about with these sheets is it is clear on, not clear, it is nice and shiny on one side and very rough and ready on the other. So with this rough side, it helps to adhere with color pencils. It's perfect for color pencils and for using chalk pastels. It really not absorbs, but it adheres to the rough side a lot better than comparative to the smooth side. If you're going to color the smooth side, you would have to use, or you have one of those Shrinky Dink brands that are completely smooth on both sides. You would have to use, Sharpie, or permanent markers essentially. So with this, now the nice thing with Shrinky Dinks that I didn't get a chance to show last time because I wasn't prepared, was it comes with instructions. Now these instructions have this really neat kind of ruler that compares. Now if you can see right here, this indicates a rough estimation of what a 1 inch. If you draw an image that is essentially 1 inch, this is about the approximate measurement that what it will shrink down to. So as you can see right here, it shrinks down really tiny. So majority, if you want a nice kind of shrink plastic charm that is of a nice size, you may have to draw your original image to about 3 to 4 inches if you want a nice hefty looking charm. So with mine, majority of them came out very, very small. So because I drew the image to be about 2 inches or so. So let me go ahead and show you. You don't need a lot in terms of coloring in your shrink plastic charms. You just need some, good quality color pencils. And I bought several Sharpie markers, but the thing is with Sharpie markers, they have their own pros and cons. You would just have to test them out yourself to see whether or not you like them. So what you would do now with some of these birds that I had started coloring, I got a piece of leftover shrink plastic, and I started drawing some of these images. And what I did here was I did a rough sketch on a piece of paper. I taped it with washi tape so that way I can copy the image over. So I'm just using this. What is this? This is the Scholar Prisma color brand color pencil. But you can I've also used Crayola, and it works pretty much the same way. So what I'm doing right now is, if you guys seen or buy a lot of these kind of like mini memos, I really like these characters of these, I guess they're onigiri birds, and it's by the brand Camille. So they're so cute, and I would love to have some charms of these, so I'm making them right now. So this is just like a rough kind of sketch. Alright guys, so sorry about the no audio during the baking section, but yeah, my brother was taking a nap, so I didn't want to talk while filming. So yeah, so these are the end products. As you can see, I've already glazed the back portion with matte, what was it? It was Mod Podge. So it is pretty nice. I just glossed it on the back just so that the color wouldn't scrape off or anything like that. And for the most part, this batch turned out pretty good as well. I am super happy with my kind of like junk food charms, my burger, french fries, and pizza. This, I was really surprised at how much I like it. I really like how the color turned out with the light pink, and yeah, I need to use more pastel colors next time. And with these onigiri birds, I was hoping that they would, despite the fact that they were all the same size, I was using the same stencil or the trace for the size of each of the birds. When they shrunk down to different sizes. So the middle one was ended up being the smallest. This one ended up being a little bit crooked for some reason. Maybe it was the way that I cut it, but one side is a little bit more elongated than the other, and the top one, for whatever reason, didn't shrink down as much as the others, so it's the largest. Otherwise, though, it's still pretty cute. I was kind of hoping that the white would be more vibrant. Maybe next time I need to press down a little bit harder when I'm coloring in on the shrink plastic, but otherwise, it's otherwise really cute. And as you can see right here, I made it into a dangly charm. I don't know what I'm going to hang it off of just yet. This, I know I'm probably going to hang off of my keys for work, and this is probably going to go with the other batch that I made that I showed you guys earlier in the video. I might just give these out as freebies for yeah, for purchases from my Etsy shop for my other items, such as like my needle felting and things like that. I haven't decided just yet, but I am really happy with how these turned out. Not as professional as how I would like it, but it's still really, really cute. It's a very fun hobby. This would make great gifts for friends. You know, holiday season is just several months away, and that, yeah, months does sound a very long time, but you know, next thing we know, it's going to be the holiday season. So, you know, it would be pretty cool to stock up on these when you have the time and really plan out as to what you want to draw. So these are really cute. I'm pretty happy with how they turned out. I hope you guys enjoyed my video. I hope you guys learned something, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!